Hi, my marketing aces. This is Automating Your Social Media Marketing, a simple Dlvr.it tutorial with me, Caroline Nell from Australian Ad Academy. If you're a business or you're just interested in building your personal brand and reputation, one of the more difficult aspects of social media is the need to create and deliver consistent content. Managing multiple active social media accounts takes a lot of effort, but there are a number of tactics that you can employ now to save you valuable time. If you're not already automating at least some of your content online, then I suggest you go through today's tutorial to get some sort of insight into this. Quick disclaimer, you should never try and automate all of your social media activities. I always suggest to my clients and students that it's much more effective to manage a few channels very well than a lot of channels poorly. Keep in mind, consistency, regularity, and engagement are still way more important than automating your social media posts. So enough of that, let's dive right into the tutorial. Alright, so those of you who aren't familiar with Dlvr.it, it's a way of automating and making content sharing very simple to your social media feeds. It's fairly simple, so once you've set up the feeds, it'll automatically post depending on what variables you set in the actual system. Alright, so I've actually just created a free account for this tutorial. But as you can see, once you get on the dashboard, it looks something like this. So we'll go over all the different aspects today. So let's click Content. Alright, so we'll have a few options in this that aren't available if you're not a paid member, but that doesn't mean you're limited in what this platform can actually do. So you'll have the options here of new post, add feed, import and discover, WP connections, and import CSV. So if you do go new post, it works very similar to say Hootsuite or something like a social media poster, where you can actually set it up and add it to the queue. So the queue drips your posts out on an optimized daily schedule. So you can set the schedule or it'll optimize it to when people actually are interacting with your content. It makes it easy to share content from anywhere, so it could be mobile, tablet, browser, or anything like that. So you can set up the schedule. You'll also have category and everqueue. Again, these are paid aspects. So if you want to add a feed, let's look at that now. So let's click over here on feed. Here you want to find connect a blog, site, or feed. So find a blog, site, or feed. So because obviously I'm in digital marketing, let's just type in and see their suggestions. So it will give you a lot of suggestions. What you should really look for is blogs or any sort of information with an RSS feed attached to it. So let's just go Digital Marketing Institute RSS feed. Alright, so when should we post new items? So this is where you can set up particular settings. So you can give the feed a name. So say I don't want it Digital Marketing Institute RSS feed. I want it Digital Marketing. Look, it's probably not that, but trends, something like that. When do I want to share it? Well, I have different options here. So I can share it immediately or I can add it to my queue. Let's say I want to add it to my queue. And then we can select the option, when should we make your first post? Queue the most recent item now, queue when a new item is published, or queue all items up to max. So let's go queue all items up to max, why not? Once you've decided that, you can connect socials. And here are your different options for the social media profiles you can connect. So you have Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Google My Business, Tumblr, Slack, and stock tweets. So you will notice here that Instagram isn't connected, and that is something Dlvr.it can't actually do, but considering the sort of content that you will be sharing, like it's not really practical for Instagram anyway, but let's connect, say, Facebook. Alright, so Here you can see the Facebook or groups I can actually connect to. So maybe for this, let's click VMC. We'll connect this. So this is a page, a company page I set up. All right, so now it's all set up. You can actually edit and change some of the settings. So let's have a look at that. Here you want to see settings, click that. So this is where you can see some of the settings we set up just then. So digital marketing trends, share immediately, echo content. So after a Dlvr.it posts an item, queue it for the recycling. Again, this is a paid feature. And if the feed is active. Update, so update frequency. So this is how often Dlvr.it will skim that website to see if there are any updates. So max post per update is 10. So you could limit that to however many you think it's required. And max post per day, 100. Now this is where I'm definitely going to put in some changes. So say max posts per day, I want 1. And then you'll have trickle off. So trickle off updates your feed and looks for newly published items to post. New items up to the max number of new items post per update period. And then you have other options. So without trickle, post newest items first, post oldest items first, randomize item order. So let's go post newest items first. And then you've got the option of subscribing to push update. So those of you who aren't familiar with push, it's just a way of getting Dlvr.it to actually follow your blog or whatever it is like that, so that they can get the updates that way. But I don't have push. Hashtags, again, another paid feature, which is unfortunate because it is a really cool option. So you can set hashtag styles, so hashtags off, auto detect hashtags. So at the start of the post 2, remove spaces, look in feed items to find examples of the hashtag, or fix in dynamic hashtags. So these are all your options. Again, unfortunately, hashtags off. So start item with, something like that. We've talked about that, so if you want it to say a website or something like that. So you can replace search test and replace it with something. So match anywhere, search title, anything like that. It's quite useful. So filters. Choose what Dlvr.it uses to filter. So will it use the title, content, category, author, or link? Filter match sequence anywhere. So let's say I want the content to match. Posted items must contain. So I'm only interested in social media. And I want anything, I don't know, I can't really think of, but say you want to exclude a term too. Location, so should I use location? So Portland, apparently. So let's say I want to say I'm from Portland, America, I think. And default locations override item locations. Okay, why not? So advanced, so body posting options, prefer summary content as opposed to prefer full content. I would really go with summary content unless, I don't know, you like long form posts. Republish items with updated timestamps if you want to. Enable photo posting on. Open graph tags first. Pass feed burner links to your link shortening service. So if you have a link shortening service, you can do that. Ignore feed items with no titles. So let's say we'll put that on. Do not sort feeds by item timestamp. Alright, so these are all the different options you can do. So let's go save. Set up that feed. It should be able to pull all the information we want. Another option here, besides new post and automation, is curated. So I have set up a curation because it was easier to actually show you. So here you set up a feed very similar to automated, but it won't post automatically for you. You'll have to add it to the queue. So I definitely suggest that this is how you should probably do it as you go ahead, rather than having something automatically posting. But if you set up automation, say for your blog, that's where you'd probably get the most benefit. So for this, you want to find a blog that'll feed. Let's say we go social media marketing. So social media marketing tips. And it's that simple, you've set it up. So if we go to feeds, I actually set up two. So social media marketing with the social examiner and social marketing tips. What it will do is aggregate all the content so you can have a look through it, go through it and change it as you wish. So let's say how to use Facebook Live in your marketing 8-step campaign. Let's say if I click share, I can actually see the content and I can change it. So say I didn't want to have that, or I wanted to add my own hashtags. So social media marketing, SMM, doesn't really matter. And I can change the content. So, you know, use these tips for social media marketing to gain an edge on your competitor. Or something along those lines. And then you can add it to the queue. So keep in mind you've set up how you want your queue to actually be scheduled. You can also set a schedule, so schedule the post to have it at a different time. You could share it now, share next, add to ever queue. Again, this isn't a paid account, so it's hard to do. So let's add that to queue. Oh, and you definitely have to select the social media. So when you have multiple social media accounts, they'll all pop up here. You can say I want Facebook and Pinterest. I can then share that to that. Great, we've added it to your queue. So if we go back to the queue, not back to, so if we have a look at the queue, I'm sorry, you can now see what's in your queue to be posted. You now have the option of stats, so you can see who's viewed it, clicks, followers, anything like that. Again, all your socials. So this is where you can set all that up. So link shortening device, Dlvr.it, don't shorten links, doesn't really matter. If you want to put in analytical feed data into your website or something like that. Yeah. So short links, no shortener, Dlvr.it. You can set up a lot of shorteners there. Team, so obviously a pro option, but if you want multiple people to actually go on it. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button. And if you're interested in learning more, we provide easy tutorials and information on all things related to social media marketing and digital marketing in general. So hit that subscribe. If you've got any questions or any suggestions for future tutorials, chuck it in the comments and we'll read it as soon as possible. Thanks so much.